Hey there, we're going to get some messages today. So let's ask our angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our space to provide divine guidance, okay, and love. And just know that you are surrounded in divine white light. And so it is, and so it will be. All right, what's the message? All right, I hope you guys had a killer weekend. If this finds you, saw a Page of Cups. Might have been doing some stuff for yourself. Ooh, you know what's on the way? An opportunity. An opportunity of a lifetime. I feel like it could be something that was planted a while ago. It also could be something that you've manifested and it's now coming into the physical. This is also like gratitude, support, and maybe even like a new beginning for somebody. I feel like whatever is being passed on has something to do with overcoming challenges, because I'm looking at the pentacle and it actually has a mountain on it. And so sometimes like everybody has their own personal mountain to climb. And I feel like you climbed yours. So I feel like you overcame what it was that was major for you to overcome in this particular instance. And I feel like this is something coming in as a result of that. Okay, cool. Judgment. You might have gone through an awakening. You might have had to reevaluate everything in your life and prioritize what's important. And you may have had to let some shit go. A lot of shit. There was a lot that might have been like holding you back or keeping you stuck, or really needing to do like some evaluation, and maybe this was a catalyst for something else. Okay. I feel like the choice is yours. You still have, this is about like, judgment is also about like decisions. Look at decisions, Two of Swords. You might have to make a decision and you don't know everything about it. So you're going to have to make a decision based on what you do know and to trust the process. It's like trusting spirit. Wheel of Fortune. So there is something that has closed out a cycle. Okay, I have the Five of Cups. I feel like this decision might be a difficult one to make. It may actually affect those that you're close to. They may feel a bit like rejected or left behind emotionally. So this could kind of like stir up some emotion here. Let's see. Empress energy. Okay. You might be in a position to create, nurture, care, love, hold space. This could be like feminine energy from the sake of like creating something, birthing something. So that could be a masculine and feminine energy. It's not specifically gender. Okay. But I'm getting like the archetype, right? Of an evolved soul, a emotionally mature soul. Four of Pentacles. I feel like there's a need to maybe prioritize because you can't take everything with you. There's a need to like maybe not be so greedy with material things. I feel like you might be called to kind of Chariot here. Hermit in upright. All right. So I feel like, you know, maybe there are those that you have to leave behind because where you're going and what you're doing, maybe there's resistance to change here. And so you understand this. This might be difficult because you want to help everybody, but you can't. I feel like there's a bit of like a solo quest journey, something that is like a soul searching that you're meant to do. You could be like a guide, a teacher, a healer, someone who's an influence in some way. Or this is you going like within for introspection, really connecting. It's kind of like Merlin. You might be a master of sorts. You might be very like spiritually inclined or gifted, or you're mysterious, or you kind of keep things to yourself. So you very much may need to like keep things close to the chest. Okay, not everybody deserves to know what's going on, because not everybody maybe has the best intentions. I feel like you know this, you felt this, you've experienced this. So sometimes it's hard to make difficult decisions. I am getting that there is going to be a difficult decision here. You might have to like leave a bunch of stuff, you know, in the past where it belongs. Like you can't take the past with you, and that includes like past relationships and all the baggage of this. I'm getting like there's a need to let it go. Okay, there's a need to let it go. All right, you're gonna want to let this go with the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. I feel like people made their choices. Now let them sit in it, right? I feel like people made their choices. Let them sit in the choices that they've made. This could be you, or this could be energy that is around you. I'm getting it's energy around you, and I feel like it has affected you. So maybe that's why, you know, there's a bit of like, you know, needing to let something go. All right, Page of Pentacles is here. We've got Ace of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. I feel like you've made a lot of like investments. I feel like this could be a new investment coming your way. And an investment could be financial, it could be energy exchange, it could be an opportunity, it could be like travel even. You just never know. This also could be like maybe someone's been doing some reflecting. They've been resisting change. I feel like maybe someone resisted change because they didn't want to match your energy. So they may have settled for less than for material gains. I'm also getting that. And I'm getting like they're in despair over this and the decision that they've made. They very much could be going through their own awakening at this time. Also, so that's okay. Tower. So there's a reckoning happening here. 10 of Cups. Okay, this is like all your wishes and dreams have come true. Okay, so I'm wondering if like there's somebody kind of seeing like, hey, I want to hop on the gravy chain here. Gravy. It's not gravy chain, it's gravy train. Okay, train. All right. I feel like you have an opportunity here that's going to make you very happy. And I feel like this is why you may need to keep things to yourself for now, because again, like there's people that want to like ride the coattails. Okay. I'm full of sayings today. All right, let's see. 4 of Wands and the Magician. All right, so I feel like whatever has been created, right, like this is mastering a skill, mastering a vibration, mastering something in this earthly realm, right? Having the ability to be as above, so below, and be able to yield this power has brought in something that's very stable, very secure, very foundational. So I feel like you may have like, I feel like there's self-mastery here that's been gained. Someone manifested a new partnership, a new union, and that is what's coming in here. That could be this energy here. I'm getting it's this energy here. I mean, look at this happy family. Look at this, you know, creator energy, using the energy of the universe to create, co-create even. I feel like this is like co-creating like heaven on earth here, whatever that is for you. It's like creating your own version of bliss, nirvana even. Okay, so very, very powerful energy. time to celebrate. And I feel like you're gonna have an amazing time celebrating your life. You deserve it. You've cultivated it. You've created it. I feel like good things take time to build and grow and establish. Okay? So this requires faith. Look at Page of Cups. Woo-wee, I'm feeling the heat over here. Look at the Sun. This is somebody that like has good intentions. Has good intentions. I'm getting like there's children also associated with this. And there's God associated with this. And that's beautiful. Look at Knight of Cups. The World card. Someone might watch you from afar, or someone's going to watch, observe this whole thing go down. Or somebody's wanting to kind of like take action towards you. They feel like 10. Wow. I have Wheel of Fortune and the World at the bottom of the deck here. I feel like that last cycle is closed, and I feel like you're on a whole nother level. Whole nother level, baby. Whole nother level. And you might have multiple suitors coming your way. This could be feminine or masculine. Take it how it might resonate. Okay, beautiful. What else do you want to share? I feel like what you don't know at this moment, so like kind of what's hidden with the Moon card, is you're very much protected, okay? And I'm also getting like, I'm also getting like you have what you need to overcome any challenges or situations. And so you literally can be put into any circumstance and be able to navigate it, right? It's almost like you take the obstacles and you use them as a resource to create from. And there's like maybe some subconscious things coming to light, maybe for you, maybe for others, but I feel like whoever wants to create some sort of blockage for you creates it for themselves. Maybe that is what's being revealed, illuminated even. I'm getting like illuminated subconscious here. And what I'm getting from this is that like the challenges that you've experienced and overcome in your life were for the sake of your soul growth and development. And there are things that will be revealed in due time. But for right now, you have what you need to proceed. Okay? Look at Strength. Huh. There might have been like attempts to keep you from awakening. I feel like it was used to like almost like power you up. So if there was like energy sent your way to create some sort of blockages for you on your path, I feel like the resources are utilized elsewhere. Okay. And then I have the Queen of Swords and the Star. All right, so this is like being able to connect and share and provide some sort of perspective. I feel like there's a strong connection here, and I feel like, you know, people who have loved and lost you really feel it when you're not in their presence as well. But I guess that like that's part of why you kind of come in. It's almost like it's up to them how they want to come at you, right? Queen of Swords is going to teach you something one way or another, right? Because she is like a divine like messenger, teacher, speaker, communicator, strong communication. I mean, the Queen of Swords is clarifying the Two of Swords. So it's like if they're trying to hide something from you, they're trying to hide it from the wrong person. It's kind of like you already see what they're trying to do before they actually do it. It's kind of like a know-how. Like, how did they know that? How did they know that information? We've been trying to cover it up for a long time. There's multiple people involved trying to cover this up. How do they know that? There's like that claircognizance, okay? And maybe even another few clairs, like empath, like you might be an empath, you might be clairvoyant. You have access to infinite wisdom and knowledge here. You could be a healer. You could be called to healing. Sometimes, I said this yesterday to a client, and I was like, sometimes the healers attract those who need the most healing. And also healers are the ones that need healing, right? We have the World card and we have the Empress, okay? Powerful energy. I feel like someone has leveled up. Someone has ascended and is helping others cross this threshold as well. There's like this curation. There's this like holding space, sharing the experience so that others can also follow behind or go with. You know, it doesn't need to be hierarchical, if that's not where I'm coming from. I feel like you're about to be seen, heard, understood, respected in what you create. So whatever space that is that you create in, I feel like you're being respected and acknowledged in this space. What maybe the next phase is going to require courage and confidence. Yeah, look at 7 of Pentacles and a Emperor. I feel like 4 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles. Let's see, look at, I feel like somebody was greedy and it led them to a downward spiral where you have upward spiraled, right? There's a descending and then there's an ascending, okay? I feel like someone is learning a very specific spiritual lesson when it comes to contracts with people and as well as like what they prioritize in life, okay? With the Hermit, like the Hermit is going to be strong influence. It's kind of like you come across somebody along your travels and they whisper words of wisdom to you and you're like, what? So I feel like yeah, I feel like someone may be sitting alone now at this time, evaluating things, being asked to go within and to like introspect. I feel like whatever investments were made, they were not in alignment for them. And so there's a need to kind of like process this. Chariot. There's this like father figure energy that, you know, may have chosen a different direction, a different path. They may have been called to a spiritual path or are currently being called to a spiritual path to awaken, to kind of do this like deep dive. But I'm getting like they've invested poorly. And so there's some sort of like woulda, coulda, shoulda energy here. I feel like there was like somebody who should have been a leader, a father figure, a divine masculine here. But I feel like someone let power get to their head and they cared more about manipulation and control than they cared about what they actually came here on this earth to do. I feel like they lost their way. They may want to try to get back into your energy, but you are already moving on towards your goals, dreams, and your mission. There also could be somebody here that might want to contribute to your efforts, right? I feel like you've persevered over whatever somebody created for you in the form of a setback. I feel like somebody may have like tried to create a setback, but you overcame whatever was sent your way. Because love wins. Love wins every single time. All right, that's at the bottom of the deck. And then we have the 2 of Cups. Yeah. Do not worry. Do not worry. Look at 9 of Swords. Do not worry. Look at, someone is in fear, they have anxiety, they have racing thoughts, they're being haunted by the fact that like you're going to be happy and have this beautiful, emotionally fulfilling life with someone who's not them. All right, so they're worried about this. They're fearing you being with somebody else. I feel like they went above and beyond so that you wouldn't be able to be in anyone else's energy. I feel like this person is controlling, possessive, obsessive, psychopathic, if they're trying to control whether you have happiness or not. Okay, that is really toxic. And I feel like, you know, the money's spent to try to hold you back from elevating, ascending, and moving on from them. This is the money that is going to probably land in your pocket, but in a positive way. I feel like you have taken the high road and chosen love in the situation, and for you to focus on your dreams here. I feel like this energy is really greedy and insecure and trying to compete with you, which is really pathetic if you really think about it. Like, why does a man need to compete with another woman? Why would a woman want to compete with a man? Like, we're so confused, right? Like, we need to kind of prioritize like what's important in our relationship dynamics. And if we're competing with our partners, then there's something within us that we need to take a look at. So like there's this energy of feeling like maybe a bit spellbound, or maybe they tried to spellbound you. I feel like someone's mental space is affected by maybe the energy that they conjured up. Someone is being haunted. Somebody is maybe being bullied, betrayed, talked about, discussed, gossiped about now, whereas they used to do this to you. So I'm getting like this is flipped. I feel like there's a lot being said about maybe something that was done. Okay, so I feel like there's like talk about it, a lot of talk about it, or someone is feeling like they have to isolate. All right, because maybe they're afraid of somebody, or they're afraid of what they sent out returning back to them. Maybe they're starting to receive some evidence of this, and this is why they're really concerned. You know, there's a lot of like, you know, watching, stalking, observing. Whoa. What's that? Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Someone is green with envy because you were able to free yourself, and they are stuck right where they are. They find themselves stuck in the trap they set for you, and now someone's coming to claim them. Something's coming to claim this because the Queen of Pentacles is in reverse, and I feel like maybe this energy. Okay, I don't know who these people are, but they're annoying. But I'm picking up the energy and I'm reading the damn cards. Okay, I'm reading the damn cards. All right, we have the Lovers here. So if someone is very envious and jealous that the trap that they set for you, you somehow got out of, and they find themselves stuck in a trap that they set, and they're seeing that you are happy and go lucky and new love is on the horizon. You no longer want anything to do with this past person. In fact, they're stuck with this past person, and you are free and clear. So whatever plan they thought that they were going to win, they have not. They have not won anything. In fact, they may find themselves in some sort of entrapment, or like jail, or spiritual jail, or spellbounded. I feel like there is no reconciliation. There is no rekindling. There is no reconnecting. I feel like there could be a divorce here. There could be something falling apart here. But if somebody was like a Jezebel or homewrecker or whatever you want to call them, masculine or feminine, I feel like, you know, they ruined their own situations coming after you because they literally fell into their own trap. All right, there's some sort of mastery here. Maybe they didn't realize, you know, the things that they were sending your way, you were able to alchemize and use for your own practice. And so maybe they didn't really think that that was possible. Maybe they underestimated you. I feel like this, you know, you're willing to sacrifice the old to bring in the new, right? And maybe somebody thought that like they could get back in your energy, but I'm getting like there's no chance. There's no chance. Okay. Wow. All right, let's see. What's this Page of Cups? Page of Cups is telling me, yeah, this is the energy of the Page of Cups. Like they would very much like to get back into your energy. They'd like to lie, tell you half-truths, you know, plant some sort of games. They have like conniving energy. They want to come in an apology so that they can try to avoid their own karma and somehow burden you with their situations. I'm getting like they have to deal with this on their own. It is the chaos. It is their own karma. All right, they're having to deal with this themselves. This is something that they need to learn from and overcome, right? There's a need for you to kind of have that separation, okay? Yeah, Strength card. Okay. 9 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. Page of Swords, 5 of Pentacles. They watch you. They feel abandoned and rejected and left out in the cold by you. They're going through their dark night of the soul. They may watch you because you may provide some sort of guidance to them, but they would never, ever admit it. Okay, because they're bitter. And they're being manipulated and controlled. And they have dark attachments. Here's the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It was on the floor. Page of Swords on the floor. Yep. I feel like there is something coming in. Like whatever this soul contract is, it's done. I feel like somebody's coming to collect. Something. I feel like somebody needs to seek the light and resources, hope. It's like stay optimistic, stay hopeful. You know, there are resources available, so maybe there's somebody that needs to kind of be reminded of that. Wheel of Fortune. I feel like you helping these people out from the past, it's over. They've had their chance, is what I'm getting. Like case closed, Wheel of Fortune. All right, case closed. I feel like you came and did what you came here to do. All right, you're being moved on. I feel like there are things that this group still needs to figure out with the 5 of Pentacles, right? Yeah, 10 of Wands. There's a lot of carrying these burdens, okay? And so whoever's carrying these heavy burdens needs to do some introspection to see, like, why are you carrying these around everywhere with you? Why are you holding on to this shame? Why are you holding on to what so-and-so cares about you or what they say about you or whatever? Like, why are we holding on to this? There's a need to free yourself from this. It's like self-entrapment. This energy has lied so much and has manipulated so much that they don't know what is a truth and what's a lie. I feel like they believe their own lies. They're pathological. This is someone calculating, manipulating, and doesn't care who they hurt or backstab in the process. This is something that someone made continuous investments in doing. And as a result of that, they find themselves in a very shitty situation because they invested in shit. So therefore they will sit in shit. While you, I mean, good news is on its way. I feel like people are watching you from afar. They could be learning from you in some way. You could be traveling or going on an adventure. Some sort of quest. Some sort of passionate endeavor, maybe. This could be a hobby. This could be you've always wanted to go somewhere. I feel like you took inspired action and you learned what you needed to learn. Temperance, which is like having patience and virtue and being able to take difficulty and bring light to it somehow and temper this. There's degrees in which you have the ability to transmute. It is a spiritual gift. You could be connecting and guiding others for their highest and greatest good. I feel like you have victory and you have success. I feel like you have support. You have recognition. You have favor, divine favor. I feel like this is representing like both sides. Support your endeavors and recognize that you are in your purpose or you're being guided to it. I feel like you receive messages and signs, synchronicities. You do go within for guidance. I feel like you might be someone who's meant to share wisdom in some capacity. And I feel like this will be successful in whatever way that is for you. I love that. Yeah. It might require you to kind of like bring balance or kind of go in a different direction. All right. Okay. Passionate new beginning here. All right. This is co-creating with the universe. I feel like there's a legacy here. It's very much worth protecting, and you do have protection. I feel like you're making decisions from a high perspective. It's like mind over matter here. And I feel like, you know, someone has gotten themselves in a precarious spot and they're the one responsible for it. Okay. And I feel like they're being held to account. All right. Whether they think they deserve to be held to account or not, it's not up to them. There's higher power involved with this. So, whew, interesting energy today. Okay. Thought I'd try to get out to it earlier. I hope you guys have a great day.